Okay, away we go. Okay. Let's get this done. If your shit's burning while it's wet, you should go to the doctor. I'm just telling you. It's not a good thing. Or find one of those stupid eye flushing machines, because that ain't natural.
This will be a tag team match of extreme proportions.
I can handle you alone.
Oh, my word, such scorn for the challenger.
I ride the inferno.
Plus 3.
Oh, what fearsome flames! He set the ring ablaze. The flames are spreading. At this rate, the challenger will be trapped.
I'll wipe you out.
Hey, save some fun for me.
Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
Waves that seat. Waves that seat.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Good gods, what an enormous wave!
Light parties, stashing the 3 lane.
Impressive footwork on display today.
Bumps, reverse stay, reverse and stay. 2s and stay. Beating the boss.
You're going down! Oh, what a drag. Let's do this together, bro.
Both brothers have entered the ring. Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
They don't fight alone either, so it's only fair. The extremes fight as one.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started.
Water spread.
I've been saving
Fire
this trick
spread.
just for you.
Water tank buster. Fire
The
stack.
extremes are holding nothing back.
Next to the spreads. Spreads. Then there'll be a water light party and a tank buster for fire. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's shot down the middle. It's shot down the middle.
Yeah, it's just put it in. That's fine. To your sides. Group 1 is fire.
Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
Does Group 2 do
Yeah,
something
Cat.
different?
No, it's
Well, only people that swap
The
swap is me and Bowler. Oh, it's the wrong
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be DPS always in the corner.
Water stack.
Yeah, no, it's kind of just feel the burn with the deaths. There was
DPS always in the corner, support's always towards the middle, and then I know Ruby and Bowler swap, but why would Captain Bell swap?
There you go. That's your answer, Captain Bell.
Okay, so where am I supposed to be going? What are y'all doing? What is the static spot? I'm north
so if he jumps,
all the time. Okay.
Yeah, if he jumps to 1, you're in the corner. If he jumps to 4, you're towards the middle.
Weird, but okay.
Okay, all right.
I get it. I hate it, but I get it.
Everybody's got their own way of vibing out mechanics. It's just how it goes.
This will be a
As long as you know what you're doing, that's fine. What I think is funny is we've had that Group 1 fire like 5 times, and it's never happened until right there.
I blame the fun and break.
Like, it's just funny that it's just never happened. One in the corner. Okay, you know what has been happening is me getting fucking 1, and it can stop this shit.
Dash, you're number 1.
Fucking it needs to stop.
Oh, what fearsome flames! He set the ring ablaze! The flames are spreading! At this rate, the challenger will be trapped!
I'll wipe you out.
Hey, save some fun for me.
Deep Blue's lost his cool. He's tagging in.
If there ain't a wave to ride,
Maybe
just
that's-
make one yourself.
Like party.
Gods, what an enormous wave!
Dash 4 lane.
Impressive footwork on display today.
It's a reverse stay.
You're going down! Oh, what a drag. Let's do this together, bro.
Both brothers have entered the ring. Oh, that's grounds for disqualification.
They don't fight alone either, so it's only fair.
The extremes fight as one.
It seems the referee is allowing it. It's double trouble for the challenger.
We're just getting started.
Water tank buster. Fire
I've been
stack.
saving this trick just for
Water
you.
tank buster. Fire stack. Water spread. Fire tank
The
buster.
extremes are
Water
holding
spread.
nothing
Fire
back.
tank buster. Water stack. Fire spread. Water spread. Fire stack. Water's happening. Group 1 is water.
Hey, check out this smooth teamwork.
Waves at A. Water's a spread. Water is a spread. Water spread. Fire, get ready for the thing.
Feel the burn.
You're going down.
Water will be a spread. Fire gate's happening. He's dashing down the middle. Water is a spread. He is dashing down the middle. Water spread. Wait, fire kick.
The brothers have triggered a fusion explosion.
Clutch in tight.
Truly, they're deadly.
I'll reprisal.
It's fucking terrifying. Anyway. Y'all won't leave no room for Jesus in that fucking corner.
Just cuddle.
Healer's in. Healer's in. You've never seen fire to egg. Keep them parallel. After. Keep them running. Be safe.
I'm not finished
Halfway
with
there.
you yet.
Sounds good. 3 more dashes. More dashes. Last one needs 1%. Once it's under 15, you can save what you need to. Alright, it's good. It's good. Back to the dash. Hot. 2. That's not it. Alright, figure out where you're going.
If there ain't a wave to ride, just make one yourself.
Get your thoughts. Water guy is with group 1. It's a reverse stang. And get your stacks where you need to. Watch the dive. It's going down the 2 lane. Knockbacks. Don't get hit by the orbs. Raid wide. Alright, bring them together. Beat them up. Get to your sides. Get to your sides. Make sure we miss this hit. Be extra safe. Follow your guy unless you're a healer. It's a spread first. Spread first. Those are gonna blow up. Tank buster, tank swap. Tank swap. Melee swap. Melee swap, it's a spread. It's a spread. Stacks, range swap. Alright. Get killed. Make sure we live this raid wide.
Yeah, it's moved too early.
Yep, I was gonna say one of the range should get in that. I'm gonna die, just make sure this dies. Just throw everything you have to, make sure this dies. Thank you.
What happened there? Someone moved
One of
too
the
early.
range didn't get hit by the cone.
Oh.
It's
That's
all
the
over.
top
Leon,
move
then.
to it.
Until next time.
Yeah, one of the range didn't get hit by the I don't know which one, but that makes sense.
Leon.
Yeah, you gotta
I gotta
wait
call
for
it
the
names. That's how people
explosion.
learn.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the explosion to go off, then you can move, because otherwise it overlaps.
Okay. Let's go into you. Let's go
Thank you.
in. Some random people. Voller and Dante, can you toss me a random? Okay. To Dante. And this will go free to my loot list. Feet can be rolled on by Bell, who's not here. Macy, Leon, Ruby. You can roll on that. Macy,
They're
Leon,
mine.
Ruby.
Damn you, Ruby!
Just mark that then. I'm assuming you rolled a 99. So just
I
mark
did.
That.
Bug you, Ruby.
Ruby's out
My-
here being toxic, calling people out and then stealing loot. That's. I don't like this new Ruby arc. It's rude.
Damn.
Anyway.
New Ruby arc? What you mean new?
Yeah, I always call people out. That's nothing new.
Yeah, but you usually weren't mean about loot with it. You usually sucked at the loot rolls.
True. I'll roll a
That's
90
like-
and an 8, and then Macy would roll a 99.
No, you'd roll a 98 and then Seth would roll a 99 and then you'd want to kill him. That was the more accurate of the
Macy.
two.
Macy hasn't had good luck on rolls in like 4 expansions.
Okay. Okay, so that one's gonna go there. So yeah, so next week the accessory rolls will run Bell and Voller, and then I'm also gonna be rolling, but my roll is I'm also gonna be rolling, but my roll's going to Cat. So if I win, Cat's just taking it. As he needs more tome accessory upgrades than anyone else. So I'm just giving him mine. Okay, so that's handled. We'll deal with 11 tomorrow. Update this quick. I would have had one if I didn't have to healer LB, but I've just been getting cucked, so... Oh shit, I didn't want to do that.
Damn.
in Spanish.
Double 99s.
Dude, I saw Buyantu's record. That guy's
Well, they're
insane.
98s already. Crazy. Mine dropped by 2 points already.
Y'all fucked me on my one goal for the day, and I'm mad at you all. I'm just gonna say,
was
assuming
your
this
goal?
course happened the way I did, y'all fucked me, and it sucks.
6-7.
Huh?
6-7. That's your purse.
I'm not there. Wait. Okay, no, but see, here was the thing. If I had gotten 5 total points across 9 and 10 today, in my purse to go up, my entire average would have been 6-7 across
Oh,
every
nice.
fight. Because it's sitting at a hard 6-6 right now, but I fucking couldn't get it. So y'all screwed me.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, but with, no, they're probably ain't. Because I suck
Sending
real
for an
bad
hour
at
then?
next fight. Yeah, so we'll sim here. I'll get a sim rolling here. And I'll throw that link out there. But yeah. No, either way, nice job getting that done. Like I said, we'll jump right into 11 tomorrow, so we'll deal with that accordingly. But I will get a sim link up. But yes, congrats on your 99s, 90 whatevers that people can get. Well done. Need to look, where did it go? Oh, yeah, it wasn't gonna matter. The healer LB didn't hurt me that much.
Man, I just wish I had
Like,
a better
how much-
weapon.
Well, you're gonna have a better weapon.
We'll be fine next week.
You're gonna look. I'm the one who's been sitting at a 780 weapon for like 4 weeks now. Because I'm letting you have the upgrade, so I'm gonna be sitting at it again. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you'll have your weapon this week. And we'll let you take it.
All right, thank you.
Yes, we'll be sending them. I just don't have I don't have it up yet. I will in a minute. Okay, so sometime like so let me make sure this frickin' browser isn't crashing on the sim first before I pass that link along. But I don't know if people have looked at the stuff. If not, we'll go over we'll go over some different tips and tricks for getting through this mechanic easily. And the things you kind of need to pay attention to make this successful. Just get the sim link out. Why do you suck so much ass, bro? Why are you so fucking... Why are you like this? Chrome just hates the fucking sim.
Firefox too. It just doesn't work for the last anymore.
Like, I'm just like, why is it like this? It shouldn't be like this. Okay, so I'll have one in a minute here. So I had to move over to Edge. Look, I'm just glad we got through those two fights. At least it makes this a little better. Okay. Okay, Simlink. In general. Yeah, I'll throw it in general and then I'll toss it to you, Avar. Here you go. There you go. Okay. Do that. I don't think he ever loaded markers, but that's fine. Just use the top ones. The top ones actually probably help for the way I'm going to explain this anyway, so. Even though we don't use them in the fight, they'll actually probably be more helpful to have. Okay, who are we missing? Looks like we're okay. Or yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't have tanks, but that's fine. Avar, I'm gonna have you pretend to be a tank for me.
Why are there two Avarks?
You know why.
Because Cat's doing cat things.
What was that?
What is that link?
I was trying to do something, but it did not work.
Oh, you're trying to rickroll us again, huh?
Yeah.
Got me with another one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Rickroll. That's what that one thing was.
Oh, gotcha.
Where it said is not publicly available.
Oh,
if you click on learn more, it goes to Rickroll.
I saw it. I was like, my ass ain't clicking this. Okay. Well, once you're in here, we'll.
I knew it was gonna be a
go for
rickroll.
it.
I just realized it was gonna be skeleton.
Okay, yeah, so for this purpose, Avark, I'll have you just take, for the tower
tank-
purpose, I'll just have you take the Group 2 tower for tanks. It's all basically the same, and we're just kind of going over stuff anyway. Okay, so the first thing I'll mention about this, well, I'll just start it, and we'll kind of go step by step here. So, first thing that's going to happen when we start this mechanic, first thing you'll see are clones. So, clones are going to spawn in after the idyllic dream. It hurts. We admit that, cast. It hurts a lot. Clones will start loading in eventually when staging starts happening. So, in this case, it'll be Cardinals first. And then you're going to get a tether. So you can kind of look at what your tether is. And now I'm going to pause this. If you go near your clone, I'll pause this here. So, now that you have your clone, the way you decipher this mechanic, I called Cardinals first. You don't care about that. That is not going to apply for another 2 minutes. Don't worry about it. I'll call when that becomes relevant, so you can kind of just ignore that happening. The first thing you want to know about this mechanic, you're going to get these 8 clones. These clones, we need to be loaded up in a very certain sort of manner. Using these top markers, it's really easy to see what that manner is. If your clones are on a red or a yellow, you need to load it with a stack. Coming out of Rec 2, load it with the 4 little dots. If your clone is on either a blue or a purple, you're going to need to load it with a deformation. At its core, it doesn't matter particularly what you load it with, but we are going to load it with a certain one to solve this mechanic. How this is going to work. So Cat's got the clone at A. How you read this mechanic is there's 2 different ways you can kind of think it through. Avark does it differently than I do it. The way he does this mechanic is more of a... I'm trying to think how I can say this. The way he does this mechanic is more... he counts. So if you were to look at these 2 markers from A and C, you're going to count them. So A and C are 1. 1 and 3. On the 1 and 3 marker, if you have those clones, you're 2. If you're at B or D, you're 3. And if you're at 2 and 4, you're 4. Is the way he follows the process through. The way I follow the process is colors. If you're A and C, you're red. If you're 1 and 3, you're yellow. If you're B and C or B and D, you're blue. And if you're 2 and 4, you're purple. The way we solve this mechanic, the clones are all going to spawn in, dropping it, like he's going to summon boss clones around the room. And they're going to have 8 clones, 2 spawning in every quadrant, 1 on every cardinal and inner cardinal. If you were one of those 2 people I said were red, say you were the person at C, you need to pick up the deformation that happens between those 2 red markers. One of those 2 is going to be a defa, that is your deformation. If you're the stack, like Cat is in this case, you need to pick up whatever stack spawns in between those 2 markers of A and 1. If you're Voller, you are now the second person in line, so you need to pick up whatever stack is happening at either B or 2. If you were the person at 1 that I can't see, I think it might be Macy. If you're the person at 3, you are picking up whatever deformation is happening at the B or the 2's area of the room. And then you keep swinging it around. So if you were the Lalafell at C, you're picking up whatever deformation spawns between A and 1. If you're the person at... so like just following it through, basically, everyone is picking up in a different quadrant, counting clockwise around the room. The reason we do this is because if you take this mechanic at face value, we need 2 defas on each side of the room, we need 2 stacks on each side of the room, and the boss tethers are going to go off in the order they spawn, which means AC is going to go off, then the clones at 1-3 will go off, then BD, then 2-4 of the boss clones. So, I've kind of explained how that works. So now you have your clone. So you're going to move towards your clone. I'm going to hit play. And then you're going to hang out kind of close to your clone for a second. And then I'll pause this here again. So you'll be near where your clone was. He's going to summon some other assholes. There's going to be 2 close together, and there's going to be 1 by itself. And we want to see what this is. So in this case, it's north side safe. You ignore that, it's not going off yet. Now the ads are going to spawn in. So if you remember, I talked about a color you want to be. So if I was me down here, I know I need to be up in purple. So I'm going to run up here. And I'm going to run to the quadrant I said you should be in, and these ads are spawning in. And then they're going to throw tethers. Okay, so now they've thrown tethers. Your job, so if you were Cat, Cat has a really easy job. He's on A. He knows he needs to pick up the stack in the red quadrant, so he's picking up that one that's on 1. That's his tether, that's what he needs to grab. The person whose clone was at C, you're grabbing that clone at A. The person who was at the second clone, the person who had the 1 clone, like your personal clone was on 1, you're going to be picking up the stack that's at the 2 marker. The person who's at the 3 marker, that clone, I think it's Macy, if I'm looking at these Lalafels correctly, she'd be picking up the tether at the B marker because she is the second in line of the defas, so she has to go to the yellow quadrant and grab one of those 2. She needs defa, she grabs that one. The person at C, whoever that C person was, they're going to come up there and they're going to grab the clone at A. They're going to grab the tether of the clone at A. They need the first defa. And then you're just going to kind of keep running through the line around the room. So the person at B, that person needed to pick up the stack in the 3rd quadrant. So they're going to the blue quadrant and they're picking up the 1 on 3. I'm sitting at 4. So my character is sitting at the 2 marker. I'm in the 4th quadrant. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to pick up this clone at 4. Your goal is to grab your tether, and everyone's goal is to end on a singular tether. And what we're attempting to do is cross-split the room. So if you're in quadrant 1 or 2, when we resolve this mechanic, or when we start this mechanic. So if you started on north, northeast, east, or southeast, you are group 1 for this entire mechanic. You are resolving your defamation in the northeast corner of the room. You're resolving your stack on the 2 marker. You can't see the 2 marker because these are different markers, but you're resolving it on the east side of the room. If your clone spawns in on a blue marker or a purple marker, you are part of group 2. What that means effectively is because you're part of group 2, or whatever group you want to call it, you're going to be doing your stacks over by D, and your defa's going to northwest. Because these clones spawn in, starting at AC and going going clockwise, in this case, defamation is going to go off first. This is a lot of information, but it's not super relevant. So you're going to run to your clone, hit play in like 2 seconds, try your best to get to your clone and grab it, and you're going to grab your tether. And everyone should have 1 tether, and then you stay here. Now, you remember that guy was telegraphing north? Once these lock in, everyone come to north sides. Everyone gets to north sides because they're going to kick us back. He's going to cone cleave, and then you're going to get to your platforms. Group 1 is over by D, and this is true light parties. So like me, Leon, Macy, and Dante will be on D. Then we're going to do some spreads for these meteors, which I know, yeah, we did have one person drop in DC out, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. So
I need to.
Now you had your clone.
Do you have the raid plan for this? Because I'm completely confused. Because you're explaining it different than I learned it.
Well, I don't know how you learned it, so it's all the same. I mean, it's literally being done the same way. But yes, there is a raid plan in 12. It's in the 12 channel. There is DN idyllic with uptime stack defa updated macros and notes. Go to the pins. To the pins. Not sure which way you learned it, so I can't speak to how that looks or doesn't look. But yeah, so like at that point we were at about step 10. If you're looking at the raid plan. And then we'll do these spreads based on true light parties where we were at 12, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, okay, so I'm going to reset this, and then we're going to load it, and we'll just work at this from single dot is a defa. 4 dots is a stack. It's the same as the markers during rep. That's okay. So, like I said, so the way I handle this mechanic, if I call this the way that I look at this mechanic, it'll look like this. We'll come over here, we're going to be hitting the boss. And then I can literally talk through my thought process, and you can understand kind of how I handle this mechanic in my head. Well, some's in my head, some's being spoken, but it's all kind of the same. So, staging comes out. I'm going to call inner card first, so that's what's happening. So inner cards first. I am a red stack. I'm a red stack. So I know I'm going to the red quadrant and grabbing a stack, because that's what my clone was. We're going to look at these clones that spawn in. Eventually. North side safe. And then I know I need to be a red stack, so I'm going to come up here and stand between the two I know I might need it from. In pre-position for that little piece. They're going to spawn in, and I'm going to be looking at the cardinal. Defamations are first. I'm going to grab my stack, and then I'm going to hang out up here. As soon as it locks, north safe, get to the sides, get north and get to the sides. Really far up. And then get to your platform. Then you'll run, meteor will hit, and this will crack. Then you'll go to your towers. The way these towers work, basically the range are taking the 2 far towers. The tanks and melees are taking the 2 inside towers. Okay, so now this hit goes out. And it went a little weird because Leon's body's there and it gave him a debuff. But in a perfect world, what will happen is it will target all of the support. In this case, oh, yep. Give me 1 second and I can post a picture. Okay, let me get you a picture here. So how you know what quadrant you need to be in. So, if you
Before we continue with this meteor mechanic, can we go over more of that
yes.
clone
Yep.
stuff?
Yep. Yeah, we can go over the clone stuff. Okay, so I threw a picture in 12. So what this is telling you is basically if you were to count the quadrants in the room, you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, that's how I know Avark you do it. I do it with colors, but in general, there's both ways will work. They'll get you to the same answer. So if you look at the picture in 12, if you are north or south, you are in the north. You are in the 1 quadrant. So to follow this through logically, if you look at that picture, and then you look at this picture, this is how it all kind of squares out. So that's kind of, if you look at the 2 steps, that's how that's going to square out. And then if you're using colors to go to the next piece, this is how I view colors.
So we pre-position, and then where do we go from there again?
Okay, so you'll pre-position into your spots, right? So then if you look at what your groups are, the way this works is you will be... Let me make sure I'm saying one thing correct here. Okay, so the way this is going to work is you're going to pre-position. So say you looked at the picture, say Ruby, you were the caster in this picture. So you're that south 1, right? You're that red mage in that first picture I posted. So you're going to go up and you're going to pre-position into that north quadrant. And now, because you're in that north quadrant, and we have, let me reset, and we have these 4 markers are group 1, right? These 2 stacks and defas, all of this is all light party 1. Because all of this is going to be light party 1, we're doing everything on this side of the map. So if you're picking up a tether from this side of the room, you are going to be doing all your mechanics on this side of the room. If you're picking up a tether down in these 4 spaces, you're going to be picking up and dealing with everything on the D side of the room. So effectively, if you're doing something with hot colors, you're staying on the hot half of the room.
So
if you're doing something with cool colors, you're staying on the cool half of the room.
we're not assigned group 1 or group 2 until we pre-position?
So you are. And the reason why I'll say that is you're assigned group 1 and group 2 the second your clones spawn, if you know what's happening. So group 1, if you think this mechanic through logically, group 1 is anyone whose clone spawns on a red or a blue marker at the start of the mechanic. Anyone in group 2 will always be people whose clone spawned on a yellow or a purple marker at the start of the mechanic. And the reason why is because if my clone spawns right here, I'm going to be picking up right here. Somewhere in this range I'm picking up, which means I'm part of Light Party 1. My clone spawns right here, I'm picking up in red, so I'm staying here. If my clone spawns right here, for instance, I'm going to be grabbing the stack that's down here, which means I'm still in the red-yellow half of the room, so I'm part of group 1. And then the other person that's going to be going into that section is the person that's clone spawned right here. You're going to be resolving your defa out of this corner. So if your clone spawns on either, we won't have the markers, but if your clone spawns on a red or a blue marker, or is directly clockwise of it, you are part of group 1, and you will always be resolving as group 1. If your clone spawns on a yellow or a purple or clockwise of it, then you are part of group 2. So the second the clones come out, you immediately know everything you need to know about this mechanic before anything's solved. So I'll kind of play it. If you zoom super far out before I pause this, it'll make this a lot easier to visualize what I'm talking about. So let me get a good angle on this thing so I can see all
And our position on the first clone that spawns doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm tethered to D and I'm over here by B. Oh, god damn it.
So what's happening is here. Oh, I see you running off, but that's okay. Okay, so everyone got clones, right? So as soon as these clones spawn, I'm pausing this. So if you look at this in positions, which I know Ruby isn't here, but if you look at it, if your clone is, I'm trying to look at these positions to make sure I'm seeing all the right people. No, pause. Decided to fight me on that. Okay, so Ruby's clone's at 2, for instance. So you know your clone is at 2. So the second you see, okay, my clone's at 2, Ruby, you know you're picking up a stack in the purple quadrant, and you are part of group 2. Technically speaking, you also know you are going to be the second stack that goes off on your side, but for the purposes of stacks, we don't care about that. Doesn't matter. The stacks are just going off as the stacks are happening. And if you look, like you have, it started playing, it kicked him into the wall, and then I paused it again. So if you look, like Volar's at C. So because her clone is starting in the blue quadrant, one of those 2 blue spots, she knows she's going to be going up to A, or 1 to grab her clone from whichever boss spawns there with a defamation. She is the first defamation, and she is group 1. If, say you are the person at, let me grab another person as a good example. If you are, yes. Yep. Oh, you don't even see him. Okay, let me refresh. Let me refresh so you can actually see what's happening there. Yeah, basically, these 4 people are grabbing defas. The 4 people in the blue or the red and the yellow are all stacks, and you're just doing it in order, going clockwise into quadrants around the room. So that's kind of the easy thing to think about it. There's not a whole lot truly happening. So cardinals are spawning in. That's happening, and everyone's getting tethers. So now you look at your clone, and I pause this here. So Volar's going to be staying in the red quadrant. Dancer is coming to the yellow quadrant. The person whose clone is on B, which I think is Macy, because these names are all fucking with me, she's going to go to the blue quadrant. and Ruby, you're going to go to the purple quadrant.
Why isn't Macy
And
going
you
to
are-
purple?
Huh? You're
Why-
going to purple.
So
Macy's
why
going
is
to
it?
Macy's going to blue.
But I thought B and D were across
No.
from each other.
No. So it where your clone spawns isn't dictating your light party. Where you are ending the mechanic is dictating your light party. But you know where you're going the second your clone spawns. The clone spawn's dictating the quadrant you're going into. So, because there's only 4 stacks in the room that are happening, and one is always going to be either north or northeast, one's always going to be east or southeast, one's always going to be south or southwest, and one's always going to be west or northwest. So the 4 of you need to go to your things, and you're reading it basically like a really shitty version of Snake Prio to get there. Volar's at A, so she's the first one clockwise of A. So she goes to the first quadrant, which is red, and she stays there. Dancer is the next one. They go to the next quadrant down for their stack. They're picking up at yellow. If, Macy's the third one, she's going to the blue quadrant. She's grabbing the stack in the blue quadrant. You're the last one in line, so you're going to the purple quadrant to grab
Okay,
your stack.
I think I get it now.
And then you do the same thing with the blue and purple clones. So my clone is at C. I'm going to go up and grab the first defamation that needs to happen, which will happen in the red quadrant. The person next to me, who I can't tell because I'm really bad with these things, whoever's on 3 there, that person is going to go into the yellow quadrant and grab the second defamation. Leon is sitting there. He's going to go he's the third one of the defas. He's going to go into the blue quadrant and grab that defa. And then Cat is going to grab the defa in his quadrant that he's already in because he's there. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I get it. The first
And then that's
of each
and then
thing
that dictates the light
goes
party.
to the first quadrant. The second of each thing goes to the second quadrant. Third of each thing.
Third goes
is
to the third, fourth goes to the fourth. So once your clones spawn, you can immediately pre-position at that point in time, which for casters is very helpful because fucking slide casting's a bitch sometimes. You can slide cast your way literally to the quadrant you need to get to because nothing is going to happen before you get there. So you can literally go, like for you could sit there and go, oh cool, I know, you see your clones spawn in between what's going to be the yellow and the blue markers in our set. You see yourself spawn there and you go, okay, cool. You need to be purple stack, so you're going to go over to the purple quadrant. You're going to sit between the 2 clones, and you're going to find out which one's stack, and you're immediately just going to grab your clone, and you're going to sit there. And that's all you have to do. And if you're Cat, you're going to sit in that quadrant that you're already in, because you're the last defa. So you're going to sit inside this purple quadrant. You're going to just wait till the 2 clones spawn. You're going to grab whichever one's defa, and you're going to sit in that quadrant until the tethers lock. And there's some little cheeky stuff you can do, but so yeah, that's kind of how this works. So like now, for instance, if I hit play and we run this out, I know I need to be up in red, so I'm gonna start moving up to the red quadrant. So you can move to the quadrant you need to be in now based on your clone, knowing what you need to pick up, and then he's gonna start, just keep hitting the boss, doing your thing, and then he's going to do some telegraphs. So now you're in your right quadrant, you know what you need to pick up, whether it's a defamation or a stack. And we know north sides is safe, so we're going to remember that for later. And now he's going to start summoning clones. And they're going to spawn at A and C, and then they're going to go clockwise in the pairs, in the groupings of 4. So his clones are going to start coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to look. You're going to grab what you need between your 2 clones. And in this case, you're going to grab what you need. And now we're going to go north. So as soon as these lock in, you're going to come north and get to north sides. You're going to run fast to north sides. And I'm going to pause it. And now at this point, a few things have happened that I want to make note of. And you don't need to remember this per se, but you do need to remember this per se because it is important. I'm going to, at this point, be putting into your head that either stacks or defamations are first. How we dictate that is what's on the cardinals. If the stacks were on the cardinals, which in this case they were, the stacks are always going off first. If the defas were on the cardinals, the defas would be going off first. And you need to remember that. I will call it in the moment, so you don't need to make a huge note of it. What you do need to make note of is, were you in the first or the second quad? Were you the first or second Defa? And that's all you need to remember if you are a Defa player. So for me, I'm the Defa in the red quadrant. One of the people in our group was a Defa in the yellow quadrant, one was a Defa in the blue quadrant, and one was a Defa in the purple. When this mechanic starts, if it is Defa first or Defa second, if you picked up a Defa in the red or the blue quadrant, you are first. So when the first Defa needs to go out, you need to get the fuck away from the party, get to either northeast or northwest, staying on your half of the room. So like for me, I'm going to be coming up here in between A and B, directly in between A and B all the way to the wall. The blue Defa is going to go between D and A all the way to the wall, and you need to get that out. If you hit anyone with it, you will punt them into space. So you need to get it far to the wall. You do not greed the Defas. They will kill everybody if you hit them with it. But we're not going to worry about that yet. So he's going to do that north-south side cleave, and then he's going to start casting Meteor. At that point in time, we go to our groups. But these are not the light parties you just made. These are our true light parties. So me, Macy, Dante, and Leon are going to go to the east, or to the west, and we're going to go over to the west side of the room. Same way we do for every other mechanic in all the other fights. We are group 1, we go to that side. And then the other 4 people, you're going to go to your side over on the east. So when I hit play, just run to those platforms. I'm going to turn off damage in case you don't make it. So you're going to run over to your platforms. Run over to the little circles. Okay. So now that's going to spawn 4 towers. Yep, you're fine. Okay, so it's going to spawn 4 towers. I'm going to pause this. The way these 4 towers work, you can do them however you choose to do them. It doesn't really matter as long as your group kind of knows. But as you can see with the 2 Avarks, they're both a tank and a melee are going to take the 2 towers closest to the boss each time on each side. And the range are going to hang out in the back, each taking a tower with their healer buddies. So, the way this is going to work, he's going to cast Arcadian Arcanum. It's going to throw 4 big raid wides, or big raid AoEs that hit 4 people. Our groups are going to be kind of goofy, so it's going to... Well, it actually worked because it didn't target one of them. But if we had 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 and 4 DPS, it will target 4 people. So the way this is going to work, and it works basically the same because the Avarks are both DPSs, so it kind of does work. But basically, if we look at each pair, 4 people, if you look at your little floating butt plug that's above your tower, 2 of them have little white notches at the top and little black notches at the bottom. Okay, perfect. So what's going to happen here? Ruby needs to swap with Voller, because Ruby got hit with that AoE, so you're not allowed to take a light aspected attack. And if your meteor has a light top to it, it's going to kill you if it hits you. And this debuff lasts for like 40 seconds. So Ruby and Voller would need to swap. In this case, Dragoon Cat, who would be our tank in this case, he would stay in that tower because the tank didn't get hit, so he could take the light tower. And in this case, it did hit Dancer Avark. He is in a fire tower that doesn't have light in it, so he doesn't have to worry about it. We come back to our other side. Macy did get hit, so she needs to swap with Dante. So Macy will need to swap with Dante because she needs to take his brown tower that doesn't have light in it, and he needs to take that. And then Leon did get hit, but he's already in a fire tower, so he's safe. So those AoEs get thrown, and you need to figure out if you're swapping with your buddy. All swaps are done laterally or vertically, so they're all done. You'll always just swap with your buddy. So for the purposes of this mechanic, Macy and Dante are tied together. They do that mechanic together. Leon and me do that mechanic together. Voller and Ruby do that together, and Cat and Bell do that mechanic together. So after this AoE comes out, I'm going to hit play, and we're going to start moving towards the boss. And now you need to remember what the heck just happened with all those clones that have tethers, because we're going to get yeeted back into that universe, and now we need to solve the deformations and the stacks. So at this point, you'll hear me say stacks are first, and you need to run to your side of the room. So we're going to do this, and then if your clone, if you ended in the red or yellow, you're going to go to the red or yellow side, and it's going to be stacks first. So we'll do 2 stacks of 4 people. Stack goes off, Defa's out. First Defa out only, so it's me and the other person. So me and the person at C. Then we'll do another stack, which damages off, so it works. Another stack, next Defa go out. Everyone else head back down towards south. And now you go back to your platforms. You go back to your platforms and get in position to take your tower. And if you had to swap, now is the time you would swap with your buddy. And I'll pause it. Okay. So, we've done all the tethers and the defas and all that fun crap's happened. Now we got to deal with these towers. If the towers get missed, they explode. And yeah, the defas always go to northeast and northwest. And the south is always safe. So it'll basically be, if you get defa, run it all the way to the wall on your half of the room, either west or east, when it is your turn to take your defa out. And then we take the stacks on pure east and west on the 2 and the 4 marker. And then once they take the hits, those people who aren't the defas back down towards the 3 marker. And then the defas go back out. So these 4 towers are going to do 4 different things, and you need to understand what all of them are. Earth, the brown one, it's a twister. It's going to hit you as soon as it goes off. Get the hell out of it, because it's going to shoot a twister up it like 2 seconds later. It's going to shoot a big like earth crag up the thing. You need to not be on it. Fire is a pyretic. If you get the fire tower, do not move. You can keep hitting the boss. Like, you could DPS through the fire, but do not move. If you move, you will die. So no movement. The purple tower shoots a laser. Yeah, but I call it a twister because it's a don't be standing where you were when it finishes. The dark tower is a dark tower. It's going to shoot a laser, so you need to be standing in such a way that the center of the tower will shoot the laser at you and you do not hit anyone else. That laser is going to hit one person on each side if it's done correctly, and they are going to get a doom, and we need to cleanse that doom. We cleanse that doom based on our logical light parties. So basically, like Voller, you'll just look at the 4 people on your platform, see whichever one gets the doom, cleanse that one. I'll cleanse out of the 4 in my light party. That's kind of just how we handle that. There is enough time to cleanse across, but it's real tight depending on what it is. So it's easiest if we both just focus on hitting our respective sides with the cleanses. The green tower is the most finicky. It is a wind tower, and it is giving you an 11 arena split style knockback, and it is launching you across the room. What I will tell you about that knockback, the further out you are from the center of the tower, the less distance you fly. So if you are not close-ish to the middle of your tower, aiming to get knocked across to the other circle, you will die. As Avar can tell you, and he can pull up a video to show you, if you don't do this right, you're literally going to be fucking tiptoeing on the fucking edge of that platform and almost falling into the abyss. It is very tight. Yeah, that tower sucks ass real bad. So, after all of that's resolved, I'm going to hit play. And you just get in your tower and solve it however you need to. So it's going to do that. It's going to launch you. Now we have 4 people on each side. Earth person moved out of their Earth tower. There were the cleanses, but it doesn't give us that in the sim. And now everybody had something. So in this case, using this side of the room, Dante had Earth. Voller was wind. I was dark. Leon was fire. How we solve this? The dark player is going to go to the boss's hitbox, which it does expand when he goes into this universe, so you will still be able to hit him. His hitbox grows. The dark player is going to go towards the A marker, and you're going to stand on the edge on the boss's hitbox, if you are dark. If you are wind, you are going to stand on his side targeting arrow on the outside of the hitbox. You're just going to stand right on the edge of like the thick line of his hitbox. You're going to stand right on that with your wind, right lined up with the left, right lined up halfway in the platform. Those two people need to get into their position. Sure, Macy, but at the end of the day, the strat is fucking dictated by what tower you took. The picture it's static. The pickup is static based on debuff. It's this. The picture is it's hard static based on debuff. Look at the picture. Just look at the picture I posted in the channel, and that is the easiest way I can describe this without... Because near far becomes something you don't care about. You care what element tower you took, and you go into these exact positions. If you were in fire or earth and you were a melee, you're going to go stand between the dark and the wind. If you were a fire or earth on the other side, you're going to go stand at the south side of the platform. And this will always resolve the mechanic properly. So like I was dark, so if I hit play, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to be standing like right here-ish. Volar would be standing where she is. And then you'll see a bunch of cones are going to shoot. And if we do it right, it's the same, sort of, but I hear you. Look, Hector does his own thing, and that's fine, but this is the brain-dead approach to this mechanic. Dark is towards the north. So if you look in the 12 channel, Kat, there's a picture I posted. You can see based on the 4 towers where you stand. You'll be over kind of where the 1 marker is. If you had the Doom Tower, you'd be where the 1 marker is. If you had Wind, you'd be where the B and the D marker are. If you were a range with Fire or Earth, you'd be to the side of the 3 or the 2 marker. And if you were the other one, it can't be either Dark or Wind. What do you mean?
Near,
You're always going to get 1. Everyone's going to be in 1 tower. And yes, to answer your question, Dark always gets the near debuff and Wind always gets the far.
Okay, then.
That's why this works. Or not, well, hang on, let me think this. Yes,
that's my understanding of how, because that's how Hector explained the same exact thing, except you paid attention to the near far debuff.
Yeah, so it's basically the same. You could do the same thing. We're putting the near debuff at the top of the room, or we're putting the far debuff at the sides.
Yeah, and then
because what's effectively happening is the winds are shooting the range across the room, and the darks are shooting the melee all the time. So then after we did that mechanic, nope, you're okay. So after we do that mechanic, we deal with the last thing that's going to happen here. And what that is he's going to summon a black hole over on the B platform. And he's going to pull one. In this case, he pulled the side safe, so we'll be off boss. So, and that guy, the south guy, jumped from C to B, so now we're going to go to the inner cards first, because I believe it was inner cards first. The party will go to inner cards, the tanks will go down towards 2, party will stay at 1. Oh no, I was wrong, it was Cardinal. Anyway, then we'll come over to B. We'll be off the boss, because... Or no, we'll be on the boss, never mind.
It was off.
I had it backwards. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, my brain is trying to remember everything I'm seeing here. Anyway, we go to the inner card next, we cover this, and now we'll stay off the boss again. Because if it's off boss once, it's off boss again. He's going to cleave through the boss, and then the mechanic's done. So, whole lot of crap. But now we will actually just try to walk our way through this. Averk, you want to flip to a tank? So that the debuffs go proper for me. Awesome, thank you. So that was a lot. And I realized that was a lot. But the big key to this mechanic is... So what determines first and second defa is what quadrant you were in. If you picked up a Defa Tether from either the red or the blue quadrant, you are first Defa for your side. If you picked up from the yellow or purple, you will be the second Defa on your side. So, yeah, and that's kind of how you think that through. So now I'm going to load this, and we'll kind of just walk through the mechanic and let it just run, let it run live. And you can, I'll have damage off, so if something goes wrong, it'll still work, and you'll kind of be able to see the whole movements in place. So we're going to start. He's going to cast Staging. And it's not always Cardinals first. It depends. So this time it's Inner Cards first.
That's not what
So
I
you
was
go.
saying.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I misunderstood your point. But anyway, so you find your clone, you figure out what you're doing, figure out your quadrant you want to be in.
Wait. What's Cardinals right now?
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. No.
Yeah, no, these are just the
Yeah.
clones. These are just the clones. So, Inner Cards will be safe at the end. It's south side safe. So you go to your quadrant based on where your clone was, and your clone will respawn and stay there, so you'll be able to kind of see it. Figure out what you want to grab. The clones are going to start spawning in. So clones spawn in, grab your Defa or stack based on what you need. And it will be... What the? Okay. And it will be stacks first. And then we'll go south once these lock. So these lock, get to the south sides. Run fast, get to south sides. Then get to your platforms and cover your towers. So you'll kind of... You'll crunch in... what's happening with this thing? It keeps freezing for some reason. Hang on. Okay. No, resetting. I'm going to reset.
So me and Kat are confused then.
Okay,
so
yeah, what's up?
I was at B, so that means...
So your clone was here, right?
Oh, wait, never mind. I was wrong. I had to go to the third quadrant.
Yep, so yeah, because you were the third person in the row, you would go to the blue quadrant.
Ash, I was trying to say the same thing you were, but in a different way. So you're saying if you grab a defamation from where you're the first defamation. Say it again.
So if you grab the defamation where the clone you're grabbing it from originates in either red or blue, then you are first.
So so your clone would be on A or B. You'd be a cardinal clone.
No.
Because
You are first Defa if you are...
I'm sorry, not A or B. It's C or D, if I'm thinking that right.
C or D.
No. Where will your clone?
So the easiest way I can explain this, say the Defas are all on Cardinals, the clones that spawn at A and C are first Defa, and B and D are second Defa.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. If my clone spawns on C, I am grabbing a defamation from red. If
Here.
my clone
Yes.
spawns at D, I am grabbing a defamation from blue. That is how Hector explains it. If you are on a cardinal, you are the first set of defamations. If you are on an intercardinal, aka your original clone 3 and 4, you are the second set of defamations.
Okay, yeah, I didn't understand what you were trying to say.
I know,
I don't think it that way, but
trying my best to explain it.
Wait, Macy, did you say if you were a D, you're grabbing a defamation?
No. Okay, I can explain
blue?
what she's saying. What she's saying is, if your clone spawns at C or D, your clone spawns at C or D, you will be the first defamation on your side of the room. If your clone spawns on the intercardinals, you will be the second defamation for your new group that you've made.
Okay.
Because if your clone spawned at C, you're going to be picking up in the red quadrant. And if your clone spawned at D, you're going to be picking up in the blue quadrant. And because the boss clones that spawn in these two spots or these two spots are the first two to come in, those will always be the first defas that have to be resolved. Does that kind of make sense? And that's a good point, Macy. I I watched the Hector video like once, and I was like, okay, I kind of already get what's going on, so I didn't really pay too much mind to what he was saying. So
it's just easier for me to remember that versus remembering sections.
Yeah. Now keep in mind these markers will not be the same, so the easier way I would say is just remember if you're picking up a defa or a stack on the markers, you're first. If you're off the markers, you're second.
How was the marker?
Because the markers are on the Cardinals.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just looking.
So we'll reload this. And we will walk our way through it. Yes. So that was in relation to your character clone, not your boss clone. Because what you're picking up is Triss trying to load. So it'll be inner card first. Look at your clone, figure out what quadrant you're going to want to be in, and what you want to pick up, whether it's a stack or a defa, and kind of hang out in that quadrant is the best approach. You'll keep hitting the boss. You'll be doing what Quay's doing, except not. So you're going to be hitting the boss, hitting the boss, hitting the boss, doing your thing. He's going to show some clones. It's going to be north sides are safe. And then he's going to spawn some clones in. So now you're going to be by your clone for whatever you wanted to do. Knowing what you're picking up, boss clones are going to spawn in. Spawn in 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up what you need. Once it shows, pick up what you need, and defamations will be first because they're on the Cardinals. The boss clones are on the Cardinals. Get to the north sides. Get to north sides now. Everything locked. Get to north sides. Then you'll run to your platforms. Hugging kind of close to the middle so you can get shields and heals, and then you'll go to your tower. And you'll stay spread. We'll make sure we're topped up through that downfall hit. And then you'll spread. You'll stay spread. If you get hit with an AoE and you're in a light aspected tower, you swap with your buddy. And then you're going to go defamations are first. So defamations, if you were on those first two defas, get out of there. Otherwise, everyone else down by C. So defas run out right away. Stacks, we do our stacks at B and C, or at B and D. Defa new, next defa, run out. Next two defas, run out. And then last set of stacks. Which there's some confusion there, but we can go over that. Then you'll go back to your meteor towers. And you'll pre-position for your meteor tower. You'll have about 2 seconds to solve it after it happens. So you'll get kicked in, solve your meteor. And then get into your position after the earth blows up. Right there, get into position. Cone cleaves are going to go off.
Cat, you're on
something was wrong.
Yep,
Yep, something was wrong there, but that's
you have
okay.
to go north side.
Now we're going to watch the black hole. So we're going to sit here. We're going to beat up the boss. If there was a death, we'd healer LB, get everyone up. It pulled south. It pulled south, and then north jumped over to the B platform. So we're going to want to go over there. So now it's going to be inner card first. So we're going to run to 1, and tanks are going to go to 2 all the way back because it's a big explosion. Then we're going to run to B. And then in this case, it should be off boss, if I'm remembering right, because South was leaving.
On boss. It'd be on boss.
Okay,
Yes.
I had it backwards. Yep. No, I just had it backwards. Anyway, then we'll go to the Cardinals. Go to the Cardinals, and then stay off boss.
On boss.
I thought it says on.
On, sure. Okay, yes. Look, I'm trying to fucking talk and just talk and talk and talk. In the fight, this is not gonna fuck with me as much as it is right now. So I apologize. Anyway, we'll do that again.
First defamation goes north. North.
All defamations go north. All
Yeah.
defamations go north.
Okay.
All defamations go to this spot I'm standing or where Macy's standing on her side.
Depending on group 1 or group 2, right?
Group 1 or group 2, yes. You'd want to be a little bit more towards where the 4 is, Macy, but yeah, like that.
Is this what the actual arena looks like?
Yes.
Well, sort of. It's a little different, but it's pretty close.
Cardinal
Card
first.
Yep. So it's Cardinal first. You'll figure out which quadrant you want to go to, and you can keep doing your thing, but you can pre-position there if you want.
Is it
So
crashing?
it's south side. No, it's just slow.
No, I see people running off the platform.
Oh, then you're
So
crashing.
south side safe. You might be crashing, yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be south side safe. Pick up what you need. Defas will be first. And then get south. South sides. Watch
I'm
for the big
frozen.
AoE because it's going to point blank it.
Did it crash?
And then get to where you need to. Yep, nope,
I'm-
I see a bunch of people are crashing.
Completely frozen, yeah.
Yep, I'll reset that. We have like 5 people now running off into space.
There is no resetting for me, it's just blacked out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. I mean, we also have 4 minutes, so... Right almost at the end, so... If people are able to jump back in once they're kicked, just run out that last bit.
Am I out?
Yes.
Hey, it's armor.
These are the markers what we look like. I just put them, man. I just put them.
Oh, I was
So,
like,
more
is
sense.
there a preset for those? But yeah,
No.
okay, I'm gonna actually say.
No, I
let's say
moved
these
it so to make
are
more
just
sense. Because these are the markers what you'll be using
Yes.
in the fight
Yeah.
itself. So it makes more sense to do.
So they can see them. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. So they won't be perfect, but they're going to be close. So yeah. So if you're taking a defa, you'll take it in between A and B, or in between A and D, depending on which half of the room you're on. Okay. So we'll hang out, and this is where this gets a little bit easier too, because it's stages, and then some are going to spawn. So in this case, it's Cardinal. So it'll be Cardinal, look at your clone, figure out what you want to be doing. And like I said, you can kind of pre-position towards your quadrant. We'll watch the next staging after it replicates.
It does.
And all
take
of
the
this is
spawn.
up. Yeah, it's truly this long. North sides. And all of this is literally time you're just hitting the boss. Well, he's staging stuff. So it's a lot of just beating up the boss right here. Okay. So it'll be north side, so that's where we'll be heading after we deal with the clones. Alright, so it'll be stacks first. Get your clones. Get your tethers. North side, so get to north sides. And then go to your spots, go to your sides, your true sides. Then go to your towers. Wait for your thing, see if you have to swap with your buddy. Alright, and then you get in position, it stacks first. So get to your sides of the room based on your markers, stacks first on the 2 and the 4. Defa out, first defa's out. Then back to stacks. It went weird there. And then second defa's out. Then back to your platforms for your towers. Remembering if you did a swap. Into your towers. Dodge the earth thing and position for the rest of the stuff. Alright, get into position. Cone cleaves are all going to happen. And then north sides were safe, so we're going to watch what it pulls. So we're going to be on boss. And we're going to go to B. It's going to be Cardinals first. So we're going to... party's going to go to A. Tanks are going to go to B. Pop their mitt. We're going to go behind A. So we'll all run up to there. Then we'll all run to the yellow platform. And we'll be on the boss. On the boss. Then we'll go to the inner cards after, so you can pre-position up here. You'll head up to the inner card. get behind, you'll eat this stack, and then you'll get on the boss again right after. So get on the boss. And then just get under
And we
the boss.
spread out there for
It'll do a cleave,
intercards.
and then we're done.
Do we need to do it as an 8-man group, or
It's a
No,
6-2.
so it's a 6-2. The tanks are popping mitt and
Oh,
taking
okay.
one tower by themselves, and the rest of us are all just taking. So the party's always taking the stacks that are at A and between A and B.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll run one more of those. It'll probably kick us midway through, depending, but we'll just play that one out until. So, like I said, this isn't a super complex mechanic. You just have to really be able to visualize what the hell's going on. If you can visualize all the pieces, it's not super tough. It's just, there's a lot there, and I will say this, there's a lot of damage going out. Everything hurts and needs to be mitted. So it'll be Cardinals first. So you'll find your clone, figure out your quadrant, and then start hitting the boss.
Uh-oh.
You crash?
No, there's just 3 people in my quadrant.
Okay, so it'll be north side safe. All 3 of you should probably double check which clone you are to make sure you know where you're going. All right. Okay, so now look at the clones. It'll be Defa first. So Defa first, and it's going to be north sides. So like the south people, you can kind of start cheating your way up. Just don't pass your tether. Get to north sides and run fast. Get to your platform. We'll mitt. You'll get to your platform, and then you'll get to your towers after that hit. You'll get your tower. You'll hang out.
Oh, they change.
And yeah, they're not static. The towers are 100% random. With the exception of like what's happening. Okay, so it'll be Defa out right away. So first and third Defa out. Everyone else gets south. You're on the wrong side, Dante.
You are correct.
Okay. Yep, and then we'll do a stack. And then next Defa goes out. Next Defas go out. And then another stack. We had a Defa with us. And then you'll go back to your towers.
And we had
Leon!
Yeah, we have damage off, which is why it works. So then you go to your tower, wherever your tower is, and you pre-position because you only have like 2 seconds to adjust. So if you're wind especially, you don't have a lot of time. And then
Okay,
it kicks
booted.
us, it crashes.
I'll boot it.
Yep.
The wind
And then it
kicked me
crashes.
so hard, it kicked me out.
So yeah, it's like I said, there's a lot going on, and when Bell's back, we'll do some more of this. But this fight really does come down to, we've seen basically through Rep 2, and we started to deal with Super Chain. The reality is, if we can get through Super Chain and everyone understands this mechanic, the fight is free at that point. If everyone can do that mechanic correctly, Super Chain is the most free thing on the planet if you understand how it works. So it'll take a few pulls, but Super Chain's real easy compared to this.
Are you saying... are you calling the thing before the dream mechanic super theory? Or is there
Super
another
chain.
super theory? Super chain?
No, it's Super Chain. Yep. So basically, after we do Rep 2, we do the stupid thing where it summons the 4-colored gummies and the 4-colored gummies. Yeah. We do that mechanic, and that's Super Chain. When we get through that mechanic, there's a tank buster, and then this fucker starts Idyllic Dream, and that takes us all the way to the end of the fight. So Idyllic Dream's the last thing that happens, is once you've done that gummy mechanic or that candy mechanic, you're literally going to spend the next 4 minutes or so in 3.5 minutes in Super Chain. And as soon as you come out of Super Chain, he preps another tank buster to finish the fight. He does another Idyllic Dream cast at the very end. He tank busters, and then he starts replication. And replication is literally, he takes himself, he splits himself into 4. They throw 4 raid wides at us. We heavy mitt those 4 raid wides. They split, all 4 of them split again into however many they split into their 8 clones. Those 8 clones all throw a raid wide that we have to heavy mitt. and then they replicate, they split again, and then if that raid wide goes off, we wipe. So there's not a whole lot left to really work through if we're getting to Idyllic Dream, it's not too bad. It's just a matter of understanding what you're doing, and it will take some practice. I did pin, if you are struggling with what to do with your clone, I did pin a tool that, especially the first couple times in game that you do it, I would highly advise. Even if you're not worried about, like, you don't even have to worry about, like, clicking first clone, clone telegraph, boss tether. I'll call all the shit at the top. For, like, the boss clone, the boss tether, the clone telegraphs, first clones. I'll call all that shit so you don't have to think about it. If you swap the strategy to DN uptime / better, you can solve this mechanic super easy. There's a little wheel at the bottom that says your clone tether. Just click where your clone spawns and read what it tells you to do. If you click that, it will tell you, okay, so my clone spawned east. And you click east and it says, take stack tether from bottom left, C/3 plus clockwise, stack on 4. And it tells you exactly what you have to do to solve your mechanic. Or if, like, you're like, oh, my clone is south. If you click that your clone is south, it tells you, take defamation tether from top right. You're the first defamation northeast between A and B, and your stack is on 2. It tells you exactly where to go. It effectively solves the entire mechanic for you by just clicking which one of the clones you are. Because it's coded to basically tell you where to go based on the strat that you're doing. So if you're struggling, that's a really helpful way to kind of visualize it or to get an answer quick. I know, I think Avark, you said when we were doing it even, you had, like, you were using it just for that purpose.
Yeah.
Of just clicking it because it's color coded. So it's super easy, like, it's super easy to even know what you're doing if you understand the colored quadrants. Because you could easily click it and just go, okay, I'm northwest.
Oh, this is DN.
And it's telling you...
This is DN. Okay, I remember now.
You know, yeah, if you click it, it's telling... Oh, yeah, no, we were DNing, so it fucking sucked.
Yeah, we were DN on the clear. It was DN.
Dude, if you ever want to be miserable, fucking goddamn Rep 2 DN is the most fucking cancerous thing I've ever seen in my life. I hate it so goddamn much.
This is DN Rep 2. It's fucking
This is the strat we don't do, and I fucking hate it so much. It's so bad. Like, look at how much boss movement is happening here. It's just fucking.
I'll put it onto the tank. Just watch in a minute.
Like, it's so stupid. I hate it so much.
But yeah, I've got a couple of idyllic pulls that was good, so we can actually look through them if you want.
Yeah.
But this is mutating cells. Green, orange, blue, B-side.
Yep, so you'd hit the green, orange. And then, because we're hitting that, we'd go over to the D side. So for anyone watching, you go over to D, we go north and south of D. Those hit, the tanks do their tank swap. The warrior pisses me off because he doesn't move. And then you cross over, you go north and south of the other, and then the betas go in because it's near. And then it
stays out. Ray White into busters. Sure. Is it a buster? I think there was a buster here.
It's always north-south there, right?
Yeah, there's a buster
yes,
there.
You'll always be north-south of the black holes. Because you're always going to intercept whatever's happening.
And that's 2 minutes.
To basically force north-south always to happen there.
Yeah, you always want to make the safe spot north-south. So now this is the idyllic casts.
Is this the one where they forgot to mid? No. This one we actually had to mid on.
No, this is the clear pull. This is the clear pull.
Oh. Oh, is this the one where you almost fucking fly into space?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Target yourself. I want to see this.
It's fucking wild. So this is not. I think it was Cardinals first off, wasn't it?
It was Cardinals first, yeah, I believe. If I'm remembering right, it was Cardinals. Yes, it was Cardinals first. Because I think it's Cardinals first. South was safe, if I'm remembering right.
And it's North safe.
Or no, it was North safe. Okay. I'm trying to remember because those poles all bleeded together at some point.
And then replications, so that's going to spawn the clones. More hitting. Clones are coming down. So I'm for defamation, so I don't need to move. So I pick up this. So it's definitely first
because they're on the markers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get to the
north
it's
side.
Defa first. Yep.
Defa first, and then
so
I'm on
the sides.
True Light
I thought
Bodies.
it showed the stack at A.
No, the Defa was at
It's
A.
Defa's.
The Defa.
Okay, his camera angle.
So
was
you can, you can tell by looking at any cardinal. Whatever's on the cardinal is what's going off first.
So this is the tower. So you want to stand inside, because I had to fucking take that bastard tower.
Yeah, you had to take the fucking shitty white mage's tower.
Yeah.
So
I had to fucking
they got hit, so he swaps.
So I swapped over, so I know that I need to take this tower. So this
is that
do the movement.
Is that light hit centered on the player?
Yes.
So we want to make sure we're standing in the center of our tower so we don't kill each other.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to be super precise, but yeah, you want to keep some good room between yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's going to be Defa first.
Doesn't matter.
So everyone's going to run away and Defa's going to move. So the two Defas are going to fuck off. Everyone else is going to go south. Defa's going to do big explosion. Then we're going to go score. And then next Defas are going to run away.
And I'm Defas, so I go up here because I'm northwest. And then I go back for the stack.
And then you want to get immediately to your tower. And you'll see when it spawns in, so if you see where he's standing, for at least the range, the range aren't. Well, Ruby's in here, so you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Bowler's in here. So if you look, like, where he's standing, you really, especially if you're wind, you want to heavily pre-position for this kind of near it because you don't have a lot of time to move. So like if you watch him move where he goes, if you go top down is probably the easiest way to look at it.
Yeah.
So if you watch where he's standing, he basically goes underneath the rock and he's close to that gold line. And if you watch how close he gets to almost dying when this plays,
I'll play as halftime.
He goes up, he was right under it, and because he wasn't aimed, he barely makes it.
Yeah. Then I stand in the middle.
And then he stands in his spot, the summoner moves up because they were the Doom, the Paladin was there, and I was the Dark, so I'm down here, and if we do all this correctly, all the cones shoot, and nobody dies.
One time this. So this is now real time.
And then, so real time. So North was safe for sides. I think we ended up on boss, if I recall, right? Yeah, it's on boss.
South
so North was safe,
boss.
So we're on boss. He jumped to B. So we go up to our first spot, which was what they telegraphed at the start. So we're going to go up to Cardinal and get behind Cardinal.
So this is the reenactment.
And you don't go all the way to the wall, but you need to give a lot of space behind the person, behind the clone, because if you don't, the Defa that's going off on the other Cardinal could very well hit you. Dancing. So if he pauses this when the Defa goes off, you can see the Defa is going to clip right into the clone. So you have to be behind the clone.
Yeah, I think I missed the stack just by a little bit.
Yeah,
so
you were in the stack on that.
Yeah.
Well, you took the magic wand, so you were in it.
Okay.
Didn't take any damage. Looks like. Yeah, there it is. It just.
Nothing.
So then we go over
to
B and we go on the boss. Yeah, I was gonna say now you can just
B.
normal time this. So we go to B. We said on the boss.
Now
after that, we'll go to the inner card. So you'll go back to the inner card. Stand behind that, and same logic. You want to be far enough behind so it doesn't flip you. And then we go back on the boss again.
Because the middle cone's gonna shoot. and the white mage is
and
still
then
there,
it's
so
going to do
whatever.
idyllic dream.
Yeah, that's
And
the
if I
exit
recall,
cast.
this hurts a lot. Yeah.
186. 186
it almost
K.
the
And
mic
then
gets
tank
really
busters.
soft.
Oh
there.
god, I got no idea what the tank was doing. Spawn?
Trying really hard to kill you. You run
Yeah.
really far away. And then the enrage just starts from there.
Yeah, and then this is the softer, well, the two Arcadian Hellcasts and the Steam Rage.
Oh yeah, and we had that fucking Dragoon that just refused to fucking LB.
Yeah.
Fucking dude. That was a fucking menace. A fucking
You have
menace.
a Viper
There
with
it
that
is.
partner. Why the fuck would the Dragoon not LB?
He didn't want to LB. He's a fucking menace.
So that's
So yeah,
one
so that's where
split.
they all go.
Is this the Enrage?
Yes.
Yeah,
this
so
is
they
Enrage.
all split, and then they
This is
all
second
start a
time?
cast. This is the first time, I think.
That's
Oh, no, that is
that's
the
the second.
second time. That
That's
is
the
the
second
second
split, and
'Cause, yeah,
now
there's
it's the
8 of them.
third. Yeah.
So then they do
And
that,
now-
and then they do it again, and then you can't live.
This, well, you can't live this. This is 999. That's the clear.
This is where
Sorry,
Avar
cutscene.
steals his dancer weapon.
Yep.
You got a dancer weapon for us?
And there's me jumping in frustration. Yep. In my
Yep.
fucking 12 roll. The weapon literally just dropped, too. That was the...
It was the actual weapon drop. It's not even the coffer.
Like, he didn't win the
at this point.
copper, the weapon just dropped.
Yeah, the Viper what took the coffer. And sitting watching the fucking cutscene. So I was just going to try and get to another idyllic dream so you can see. Because I think.
We didn't have any other ones that were clean. Because the other one was the one where the cones all shot wild and I healer LB'd.
Yeah, I think.
We didn't have any... We
alignment-
never had any runs that made it through idyllic clean except for that one.
Yeah.
All the other ones went fucking scuffed because the white mage was not doing their job.
I think this one. I'm going to do it 50 times. Speed.
But yeah, I mean, realistically, if we can get into 11 tomorrow and get in and out decently quick,
Oh, I think let's do through this. 5 minutes.
if we can get in and out of 11 decently quick tomorrow, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to get to Idyllic Dream. If we can get through 12 phase 1, you know, if we can get through 11 and 12 phase 1 in decent
So
time,
there's intercard.
and if we can do that, Idyllic Dream is not super bad.
West again. Twisted Vision. Yeah, so this is the one that we wiped. I think it's like 1 point something.
Oh, was this the Enrage? Yeah.
This was the
Sounds
Enrage,
right.
yeah. So I'm at 4. North save. Fucking North again. I don't know what the fuck the Vipers they're doing. It's just not already moving it. So
Yeah, for the
down,
melee and tanks, I'm not at. Well, the melee in particular, I'm not
defense
envying.
first. Defense first for this one. And then it's dodge north. Linwood Media fucking hits like a truck.
Yeah. If you haven't looked at the mid sheet, everyone needs to look at the mid sheet.
Yeah, I mean, just alternate
Is-
between party mid.
It's what that's 113k with mid.
Yeah,
So
the
I'd
hits are
swap.
just really fucking spicy in there. If people forget Mitt, it gets real spicy
It's a
real
mid
fast.
choke check.
And it's
Yeah, well,
Easy
this
first
mechanic right
defense.
here hurts a lot if your healers aren't paying attention.
back.
Like, these people are living, but they're literally living because I dump every fucking bit of mid I had and was, like, basically shielding between every hit.
Yeah, because you know.
But, like, you
PF
can see...
never-
I think, Avark, you actually die on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, never mind, you don't.
No,
That was that previous pull you died on.
there was a
because
previous ball.
You
Yeah.
took the Defa and didn't get healed. Because the white mage was on your side and didn't heal you.
Yeah, and then I take this tower, this rock, and I and I move. That's how you do it. And then you just go boop. There you go. And then I think I was Yeah, I think this one I fucking caused the wipe because I wasn't further south. That was it. Yeah.
Yep.
It shot because it
This
shot
was-
the white mage and shot the dragoon, but temporal couldn't. But for the sake of just playing this out, so portal's there. North gone in, so it's
So
off
it's off
boss.
boss.
This is off
Yep.
boss.
Then we're going to D. That was inner card.
In the car, so we go here. Take this. That's a tank paladin there, and then we'll go off boss. And go back to the other clone. Like
Off
that.
boss again.
And off boss.
Yep.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
the paladin got the Viper just ate shit because they thought it was on boss. Yeah, and then it's tank buster.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have too much trouble with it if we can get there. We just have to get there a handful of times to see it. But it's
Yeah,
not.
it was just,
It's like a 3-minute mechanic, so it's not. Or yeah, 3 minutes, so it's not terrible. It's just gonna take some practice.
yeah.
But I think the sim will make it a lot easier. Because everyone can kind of piece together
I
what they
just
can
changed it to this book. I think this one we wiped during Idyllic, I believe.
That sounds about right.
We're going into Idyllic, I think. Never. Then I go what one? Cardinal save. Fucking, it loves giving me fucking Northwest on that fucking instance.
I've noticed that I think the polls definitely seed the debuffs to you at some point,
Yeah.
and you get like the same thing a whole bunch of times in a row.
Mm-hmm. So then it's
Yeah, so RC
That sounds
AMD
sweet.
bug.
sorry.
RC AMD has an RNG bug with their CPUs.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some sort of weird RNG bug going on. I don't know. But yeah.
Oh come on, this guy's been DCing left and right.
The president must pay for his crimes. Give him what for, champion.
Take the defense. Take the defense first.
And then up south.
South save. Yeah. Yeah, I got clipped by
Yep.
the freaking middle.
I was gonna say this is the one you die because
Yeah, I think it's this one. And then fucking media hit, so for 17k, okay? Because I think you just literally sink every single bit on that. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is the one I died. So I'm swapping. So I was dead for a second.
His arm is
Yeah, and this one, I think is if I live through that, that one I was actually I got launched off the side of the map, I think.
sounds right.
Yeah, actually no, my HP is full, so I think I lived through this. But I think I wasn't topped off for the stack. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I wasn't topped off for the stack. That's what happened.
that is
153k.
one cruel coil.
Just vision, so the white mage just fucking rezzing me with yeah, and then we just exploded the towers. Yeah, that's what caused the wipe.
Oh no, the champion's been crushed.
Choo.
Yeah, so hopefully, like I said, hopefully we're able to get through 11 pretty quick and get to second phase as well. We've got 2 days, so in theory, with enough time,
They've been struck with venom, but they can weather
get
it.
through the rest of it.
They must.
Support. So this. Yeah,
Oh, hang on. No, you have all the stuff. Were you running that fucking goddamn Stone Vigil?
Once again, they slip
Yes.
beyond their opponent's reach.
Oh my god, that's what they need to see.
Oh,
That's the most
God, where
fucking
is it?
painful goddamn dungeon I've ever seen in my life.
Let me see. I think it's.
Yep.
Was it this one?
Or no.
No, wait, no,
it's not
this
that
one. Hang on, let me look. Probably this. It would be this one.
It's that one.
No.
If you want to see some pure fucking pain, look at this. Watch this fucking goddamn. You could just speed it up and play it. My god, was this fucking painful.
This was a pain.
His arms are
This leveling roulette was maybe the most painful leveling roulette I've ever seen. Just watch
For
the
your first
HP
time,
bars.
I immediately open this and see Cure 1. So that's...
No, just watch my HP. Just watch my HP.
Are you the paladin?
So that
Yes.
was our first pull. I'm the paladin. Yep. So that was our first
Yes.
pull. So I'm like, okay,
That wasn't
that's
even a
fine, fuck it.
pull. That was a half
Like-
pull.
yeah, no,
Yes.
that was the half pull. No, it gets better. So this is how this happens. So we pull again,
the gore has lashed onto the
and I pull, and I throw my mitt, and the healer doesn't get there, so I die again because she's medicating. If you notice, she's medicating and curing, and I die, and then he dies. But then she pops a Surecast and Presence of Mind. She gets me raised, and they kill those mobs.
evaded with a plum.
I think I'm out of range for that.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't see what happened. I think you were
But so,
blocking it.
What fighting?
yeah. So then we pull again, and if you just watch my HP in the bar, it's dropping. Now mind you, this is a half pull.
Yeah.
This is a fucking half pull, and as you can see by my HP, I'm not getting healed.
It's
But she
because
got that
that's a
free-
fucking Cure.
She got that. No, it gets better. She got that cure proc, but I managed
yeah.
to run in and pull the boss.
Oh
so
yeah,
it
this
pulls
glitched out for
Avark
me.
in, and he fucking glitches into the fucking boss room.
Yeah, that was it. Because I released and it glitched me into the boss room, so I got res in the boss room. It was fucking wild. And here I
So-
am, living 200 health and a dream.
Oh, hang on. Now she's curing.
Yeah.
But then we pull, and so she starts curing some more. But this is the best part. Watch my HP as she's curing.
Did nobody tell this woman to use Cure 2?
No. It gets better. It gets better. Hang on. This she ain't even cooking yet. Give her time. She ain't even cooking yet.
Why you sure
The
cast?
oven ain't even on yet. Like the stove's not on yet. She's
Why
still
you
getting.
sure casting? This is a bot, you know that, right?
No, it's not because they were talking to us.
Medica.
Yeah, they were talking to us,
Medica.
Daisy, they were
Medica.
talking to us.
Medica.
They were talking to us.
I just saw 3 Medicas with y'all at full health.
Yeah, no, they were talking to us because we eventually stopped and fucking had to teach them how to do this because this gets better. So click the white mage because you have to see what they do when we kill this boss. Because this is maybe the funniest part. So she's
What is she
medicating.
doing?
Oh, she dashed. Hit that dash. Look, man, bots ain't this fucking bad, okay? But she ain't healing me. Now she's curing, but she's curing herself. Oh, nope, got a cure. Oh, got a cure. Okay. Hit the cure. Hit another cure. Not
It
cleansing.
cures
Okay.
for nothing. Holy God.
No, well, okay, so hang on. Part of the reason her gear was so bad, she was using a level 1 ring.
Yeah, that too.
So watch this.
Oh,
so we all go
God.
this way.
Oh god.
And
oh
this
god.
part, she looks at us, watches me run off, turns around and goes, I really need this chest in the other room. So she fucking goes to get the chest in the other room, leaving me fucking and the rest of us by ourselves. So now she comes running back with even more fucking mobs
Watch.
and no health. I'm almost dead. I die. She comes running in with more mobs. They all fucking get murdered. And she's medica spamming. And so we're just like, what the fuck?
This is why you go on a tank and a healer.
No,
That's
we
what we
started.
did yesterday. That's what we did
So
yesterday.
it gets funnier because, like, so then we get her, and so we come up here, and you can see the mobs resetting back to the other room because I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? But then
And
you
we
see
stand
her.
here.
So we
just
wait,
stand here.
and she ends up going to the other fucking room again, I think, if I remember.
Yeah, I think it went into the other room with the dancer. That's what, because we were down here, and we're just kind of looking in the fucking distance.
Yeah, because you can watch them, and they fucking start running up there because she really wants that fucking chest. Like, she really wants that fucking chest.
And they're back in action.
So she goes and tries to sneak her way in, gets all the mobs. And like she's using like a level 30 chest and like a level 1 ring and a level 5 necklace.
She's trying to get better gear. Why are you criticizing? She's in the middle of trying to improve her gear.
Well, so now she's sitting there, so she sure casted and she swift casted.
Swift cast, sure
but
cast.
She's still only curing. So like we don't end up fighting these mobs because if you click me, you'll see what I end up deciding to do instead when she's fucking not healing me. Like, I'm just not getting healed.
I think I might have gone out of rage because I think so we wiped to this again. It was the next pull. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. You're getting healed. You're just not getting healed enough because her heals are garbage and nobody has bothered to tell her to stop fucking using cure.
No, that's not true. Avark was like, you need to be using cure too, and she fucking ignored him.
Where you vote.
So I said.
You have 2 people. You should have vote kicked.
No, this gets funnier. This gets funnier as we go. Because
I would have fucking voted fucking.
So if you look, she raised me. So this is important. If you watch my health, I am now running with the entire set of mobs chasing me at 300 health. And if you saw the map, you would see I'm running to the boss room because I run to pull the boss to force the shortcut to pop before they fucking kill me. And at that point, the white mage yells at me for pulling when they're clearly out of their element. And they're like, I'm clearly struggling, why do you keep pulling so much? And so we reset.
So we actually.
But now we have the shortcut, so we don't have to fight any of those mobs.
Yep.
So we just take the shortcut and go fight the boss. And the boss is equally fucking funny.
Oh yeah, it was equally funny. I'll wait for him to come back. I think.
Yeah, no, because she died, and this was where she was criticizing me for pulling too much when she was struggling.
She's struggling because she's casting the wrong fucking spells.
Well, the thing is though, they were casting Cure 1, but it wasn't enough. They need to cast Cure 2 and then probably then cast Cure 1 after it. But the gear doesn't help the situation.
Spam Cure 2. Spam Cure 2.
Spam Cure 2.
Yeah.
No, watch her MP. Watch her MP. This gets real good. So, we told her to start using cures. So now she's just fucking spamming cure at full health, but curing herself. Not me. She's curing herself.
Oh yeah,
but this gets better. Watch her cast. So she goes cure.
Dancer?
Then she goes cure.
They coming in. Just don't worry about it.
Then she goes cure again. Then she goes cure. And then she medicas. Everyone's at full health, but she's medicating. Now we're curing. Now we're medicating again. And now we sit there, and now we get extra spicy because we stop hitting for a while, and then after a couple more medicas, it gets real fancy because she sure casts Presence of Mind and dashes, so she hits the Sario special, and then she's sitting there hitting her buttons. Now she's medicating. Wait for the cast. It happens here in a second. After she throws a bunch of medicas while everyone is at full health. Oh, she throws a stone.
Oh,
Is that her first spell the entire fucking time?
Hits a couple. Nope, now we're getting there. There we go. There it was. And now she threw a couple stones, and she's like, you know what? I've had a good time, and I threw a couple stones, so this is going pretty well. But I'm the only one who's taking damage, and she's spamming Medica.
Oh my god.
This is the tank buster's about to fucking kill me. And now she's like, now's a good time to repose. So she tries to repose the boss.
What the fuck does repose even do?
It's the one that puts him to sleep, that the boss is immune to it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
And then she stopped. And then she has no MP, because she's oomed herself.
Hey, full-time healing, man.
Hey.
And then I think she still gets a couple more reposes in here, if I remember right. So she gets hit by the tornado, and I think she tries to repose here, if I recall.
Oh, cast cure herself. Yep, there you go. I think. Yes.
What are we
Swift
supposed to cast? A cure. Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're just like, what the fuck? So, like.
That was lovely.
So now she's yelling at
yeah.
us for pulling too much because she's struggling.
So I say no.
And so I try to pull these guys, but she ain't there. So if you notice, we're now like 12 minutes into this. And so I try to pull these, but fucking this is going to go low because she's Medica spamming.
I'm just sitting on the back wall looking at her at a distance.
I would have kicked her a long time ago. Y'all put up with too much shit.
No,
Well, so we kill these mobs.
You look brand
And then
That's
we end
she's
up...
actively blaming you when she is the problem. You should have kicked her.
Well, she's just like, why are you pulling so much? I'm falling behind. I'm having trouble. And we're just like, you need to use Cure 2, and she's not Cure 2ing. So we end up getting up, and we go ahead. And then after we go ahead, we finally pull this last mob. Like, these last set of mobs. And then when we hit the door, we don't open it, and we stop, and we're like, hey, we need to have a fucking come to Jesus moment here. Because, like, I'm fucking trucking and not getting healed.
Oh yeah, we I think we wiped this again before we come back here. Yeah, we wiped this. 100% wiped.
Yo, she hit that Medica though. Well, 3 out of 4 people dead.
Oh, there's the Kurt. There's it's trying to attack Stone. Oh, wiped. Shortcut. Oh god, it was an adventure.
This was the most like ridiculous leveling roulette I think I've ever seen. And like we should have kicked her, but it was so fucking comical at the same time of just how fucking stupid it was being.
Because it's like we get it, they're new, but at the same time, if you don't tell them how to play, you know, what the community expect a healer to do in a dungeon, how would they know?
But that's the thing.
So
I will sit there and I will have a conversation and talk to a new healer, and I'll like if they're willing to talk, and like they don't even have to fucking listen, but like if they'll at least talk. The moment she sits there and starts blaming you and telling you that you're the one doing wrong, I'm not dealing with that. They can leave.
No. I think they weren't blaming anyone, but it's just the fact that they
were just saying I was pulling too
up.
much and they couldn't keep up, and they were asking why I kept pulling too much when they clearly couldn't keep up.
Yeah, Ash, why were you pulling too much?
Yeah, you're making her drag.
And I'm like, dog, I'm pulling 2 fucking mobs. Like, calm down. So yeah, after we killed this,
with 2 mobs,
you can see the time on his bar at the bottom between when we kill these mobs and we pull the next boss, and it's like a 2-3 minute conversation of, hey, like we're not gonna fucking open the door. And the dancer was a good sport; they hung out with us.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And we literally sat there and just explained to them what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, we literally just sat here and typed.
And to their credit, when we get to the last boss, they actually kind of seem somewhat competent. It's not good, but the last boss was at least like, okay, like no one is dying levels of bad.
There were still bad habits of popping swift cast with Depressor's Mind and then popping fucking what's the
Surecast. They really like Surecast.
Yeah, they love surecasting. Yeah, so we'll just start talking, yapping, and then we go in the pool.
I just realized I need to upgrade my stupid ring, because I can go upgrade my accessory. Forgot to do that.
So they're watching the cutscene, so I think they clearly knew, which is fine, you know. But they need to learn how to play. That's the main thing.
They need to learn. There's a lot they're doing wrong.
Which is why,
they clearly haven't read their tooltips.
No, so this is why we actually spend the time, just talk to them, make sure they know what they're doing, and they implemented what we told them about.
This isn't even the worst healer I've ever seen.
No, probably not.
That's impressive.
That's it. Oh, so the cast Cure 2. There we go. There's Cure 2. There's the Cure 2 went off. So they found the one.
Literally in this dungeon, my favorite was I went to do the first full pull, realized I got 0 healing, and was like, okay, we're going to cut it in half. And then I realized the reason why I was dying is, I cut the pool in half, stopped, planted, and saw my white mage casting Cure 3. Went and stood next to her so I wouldn't die.
Oh, there we go.
And then we stopped and had a conversation.
Oh, that's the other thing. I just noticed they cast regen as well. They found the regen button.
That's the first regen they cast the entire fucking fight.
Yes, that's the regen entire. There's
it was the most ridiculous set of circumstances.
And then Cure 2 on the dancer, which is full health, and Cure 2 on me, and they're out of MP. About and then I told Lucid Dreaming.
The problem is people who heal like this don't want to use Cure 2 because it makes them run out of mana. Because they don't.
But see, if you notice, that was also her first time using frickin' Lucid Dreaming the entire time.
Because I said if you're out of MP, use Lucid.
But they're not supposed to sit there and fucking spam heals when people are at full HP.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem.
Challenge accepted.
Look, let her cook, okay? She's doing her best.
You did let her cook, and your dungeon run took twice as long.
I mean, look, you say you shouldn't be spamming heals, but there are plenty of times that I don't think you guys realize that the only reason we kill shit is because I'm spamming fucking heals at you. So
savage, that is very different.
Yeah. Oh, and also I stopped.
So you think that's not the case?
I stopped DPSing because I was typing. The boss fucks off, and then I think I got killed. I think I got murdered by something. Oh, the white mage died. That's it. That was it. And I think the boss is almost. No, I res.
Oh, you're a summoner. That makes
sense. But then they fucking released. They released.
Yep.
So we were fucking like, well, we're fucked then, aren't we?
We survived. Wow. We made it, but it was
somehow.
You don't have clemency at that level, right?
No,
nope.
I don't think. No. We were literally clutching. So me and the dancers just like, okay, they fucked off. We just gonna have to just burn this down. I LB'd it and then just it's like, oh god.
That was a solid 20-minute leveling roulette.
I was like, get me out of here. It was literally one fucking crystal pace per minute. It was rough.
I am so close to being 790 eye level. I just need that stupid fucking weapon upgrade.
Get it this week.
That's Dante's this week. It's his this week, so that's the one thing I need. Every other piece now is 790. I just need to either get that or get a weapon. That's what I need.
Let me come on my ult and I'll steal it from you.
Yeah, you probably fucking would.
I was trying to go do 11 right now, but there's no parties. They're either fucking arena split or they're all duty complete parties. And I tried posting a duty complete party, but nobody joined.
Look, I think we have a decent shot if we can get to the second phase of 12, in good time tomorrow. We don't spend a ton of time on 11. I think we have a decent shot at potentially clearing this week or getting real close. Because Idyllic really isn't that bad. Like, we've done Rep 1 and Rep 2, and quite frankly, I also have a new call for Rep 2, and I think that'll help a fair bit. I don't want to say it because Macy will yell at me, so...
What about Macy yelling at you?
Yeah, standard stuff.
You were white noising for me for a second. What were we talking about?
No, I said I'm changing my call for Rep 1.
For Rep 1? That's fine. I don't listen to the call anyway.
Yeah, no. See, I'm not calling where fire is anymore.
Why are you not calling where fire is anymore?
Because instead I'm calling where dark goes.
Where dark goes? After he splits or before?
I'm calling where he starts. And then I'm calling which one jumps to the wall and what markers flank it.
So long as you're calling where he starts, the rest I don't care.
Because I got bitched at for not looking at dark, and then I was like, I'll try looking at dark and we'll see how this goes. And I was like, it's not any different but because he's not in the middle of the crowd sometimes, he's easier to see.
Ito, if it worked for you, that's fine.
I don't need your passive aggressive crap.
I'm just confused. How do you find dark if you don't look where fire starts?
Because dark will
Because they're
always
opposite
be
of each other.
Yeah.
So I know if I got hit. I know if I got hit, I either see Dark's animation go off to one of the two sides of me, and then I know where Dark is, or I see fire jump, and then I know where fire is.
Yeah.
So you know where fire is at, you're just not calling it.
Yeah, I'm just not calling it. I'm just not saying fire's here. I'm saying
I
Dark's
see.
here, and then when Dark jumps to, when I see Dark jump to the wall, I'll call like Dark is at CD. And then they know, okay, the two Darks need to spread to CD, and then I don't fucking care what the fires do. There's two other markers, just go to them and figure it out.
You're calling the inside dark or the outside dark?
The outside.
The outside Dark. I'm
So
calling the ranged markers.
We're basically gonna have to just hard ignore what you're saying.
You already do that.
I know, but mark my words, you're gonna confuse the hell out of Cat and Bell.
I already fucking do that.
Fucking hat tonight with their fucking name on that sim is like clearly fucking not confusing.
No, the sim is always a fucking hot mess because nobody uses their real names.
I use my real name when the mechanic requires us to actually look at other people and adjust off of them and shit. But other people don't really matter tonight.
Yeah, no, they don't.
But yeah, with like I said, the idyllic eye count. So I look at the clone, what I have. If I'm on the stack side, I count from north. If I'm on the defo side, I count from south. And then I know what quadrant.
I process the mechanic the same way you process it, Avar. So hearing Ash explain the way his brain processes it just hurts my head.
While what you are trying to explain what fucking Hector explains it, I'm just like, huh?
I hear you. It makes sense to me, and I'm like, stop doing it this whole complicated way.
But then
mine's not even complicated. I don't even count anything. I literally look at them spawn and I go, okay, where did they spawn? I literally look at the spawn and go, okay, I'm yellow stack or I'm purple stack, and that's all I need to know.
But you have to remember what that means. I don't know what that means. And you have to understand, for me, who can't remember anything, fundamentally understanding, being able to count and know what, like, counting the order, that's easier for me to remember.
So Macy, if this helps you, I'm sure it probably will, because that's how I process this as well. So where your clone positions are, that will be your life. As we know, the clone positions that's your life party. That is the side of the room that you will be taking the stack and the defense.
Yeah, no, I got all that.
She knows that. With your
with idyllic, like that's. I am comfortable with idyllic. For me, it's going to be getting in there and executing it. I understand the way the mechanic functions.
See, I just find it funny that you're like, I don't understand what you're saying. And I'm just like, how is what I'm saying complex? I am taking the stack from the purple quadrant. That's all I'm doing. I don't get how that's confusing.
I don't understand how you can tell you're doing it if you're not counting.
Because I know what the four in the room are doing.
And that's fair. That works.
Because I know that if my mob spawns on north and south, then I'll say this. I'm not sitting there going 1, 2, 3, 4. I literally just look at it and I know that if it's on a cardinal, I'm going to end up in I just know that if the bosses are on a cardinal or they end up on a marker, I'm either going to be on red or blue. And I know that if they end up on an inner card, I know based on where they are between the two what that means for me. Because I know that the red and the blues you are always going to end up in a red or a blue quadrant if they spawn on a marker. And I know that you're always going to end up in either the yellow or the purple if they don't spawn on a marker. So I can just look at it super quick and go, okay, I know where I'm going. Because I know that if Like, I know that if it spawns south of B, that I'm purple. And I know if it spawns north of B, or I guess clockwise of A, I know that I'm yellow. I just process it based on the fact that I know what quadrant I need to be in, and those quadrants are color coded. And that's only because the first handful of times we did it, I used the stupid tool to click my spot, and then it finally clicked in my head what the hell was happening, and I was like, oh, okay, now that I see what they're doing, this is really simple. And, it, like I said, it works for me. It doesn't have to work for anyone else. But I am going to hop off and get ready for bed. Because I got to wake up to get up at 8 a.m. So.
Good
I'm
night.
gonna go watch anime. Hopefully we can
Good
get
night.
back tomorrow. Good night.
See ya.
business! You're still on board, right? Ethereal! Arm? What's in there? You're still on board, right? Ethereal! Arc? again! You all right back there? Captain, you're still on board, right?